joined by...
I'm Cynic. Hello.
I was just looking at the screen because on my screen you're over there.
But
I got to remember.
you're this way.
Problem.
You're this way, buddy.
So we want to thank you guys for watching. We are live. We go live to Facebook, Periscope, Mixer, Twitch, and our Facebook page. And we have more outlets we can go to. We just got to figure out which ones are good because, dude, we use Restream.io to put things everywhere, and it's literally like 30 places to go. Like, there's all these Korean outlets. There's a blockchain outlet.
Put it there.
Yeah. Like,
just
I'm thinking
put it there.
Go everywhere. But our biggest problem is
just throw us everywhere.
Restream will pull in everybody's chat into a central chat for us to see. But it wasn't like if you commented on Facebook, it wasn't showing you on anybody else watching it. So we'd be interacting with these people on other social media platforms. But there was an option in it to relay that chat out. So tonight we are testing that. So if you're on our chat, we'll repeat this multiple times. Interact with us. We want to hear from you. We want to see what's going on. I know we just started 8 people start trickling in as we go. But yes, so welcome to Super Gamer Bros.
Welcome.
We are having a good time there's lots to talk about this week. Last week was we kept it short, but tonight we're just going to talk because we love to talk, especially if you get sitting started on Mortal Kombat or being on PlayStation 5 or Pokemon.
Just get
Sonic the Hedgehog or Sega period.
Yeah, just get my blood boiling and I'll talk for days. Yeah.
Which is funny because today I have this really bizarre idea I want to hit you with. It has nothing really, well, it's somewhat to do with video games, somewhat not to do with video games. But I'm going to create a series of posts for Instagram called the ABCs of. And so the first one's going to be Sega. So I found characters from Sega all the way A through Z. Then we do Nintendo, and then I'm going to do essential movies and horror icon. I'm going to find this fun thing to do because I got back into getting stuff ready for Instagram because it's time for our creepy Valentine's Day. I am obsessed with retro Valentines. Obsessed. They are so creepy.
Retro? Are we talking cards? Are we talking gifts?
Cards. They're retro Valentine's cards.
So
usually every year we do the creepy Valentine's Day on our Facebook page. So this year I made all 14 on Instagram. And dude, there's one that I can't even describe it. There's like this sad hobo ghost saying, "I'll haunt you till you're mine, Valentine," and this scared looking kid in a bed. There's one where like this woman's cooking a guy. Like they are just so weird. But what I didn't realize, Pocky's on our chat. What I didn't realize was there's also some really racist ones.
Well, when you go retro, you're going to step into it.
Here's how I discovered it. So it's like this little blackface character on a cliff with the noose on his head and a tree saying, "If you're not my I'm going to be hanging until you're my Valentine." Like it is so bad.
Oh, that's bad. Why did you mention it? Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah. So we're not doing the racist creepy Valentines. We're doing the randomly weird creepy Valentines. So look forward to that over at Kaiju Labs. But let's start talking video games because that's what we're here for.
Oh, man.
So we start every week with our question of the week. And if you're on our chat, we want to hear what your answer to this is as well. So, like I said, if you're on our chat like Pocky's watching on Mixer, congratulations. Let us know. So our question of the week is, which 8-bit game needs a super duper remake? And since I asked, you get to go first.
Oh, all right. What 8-bit game needs a super duper remake? I'm saying that extra slow because I don't know. I'm going to say, I'm trying to go through all the 8-bit games that I played as a kid. So, I'm not going to say Battletoads. That kind of already got sequels, remakes, and you know what? I might actually just go ahead and say, if you just went ahead and remade Battletoads, like frame by frame, but 3D, that'd be fantastic. Maybe have some save states or maybe some extra checkpoints on the Tunnel of Doom.
True.
But Battletoads is a pretty safe bet. That'd be great.
So mine, and it hit me this week. This is how I came with the question because Funko announced a new set of pops from Contra. I want a very updated version of Contra that could just be amazingly, stupidly difficult, or a like battle royale for Metal Slug. I think You have
Metal
bad
Slug
guys,
would be
good
cool.
guys, or you just do like a dungeon crawler with Metal Slug, like they're doing like Diablo with Metal Slug. You got your characters, you jump in things, but either Contra or Metal Slug for me, those would be the two I think would really have to go.
Oh,
And Pocky says Star Tropics.
well, you know, if we're gonna go past 8-bit and go like to Metal Slug graphics and do remakes of that, I'd say
I
Legacy
just
of
threw
Kain,
Metal
Blood
Slug
Omen.
for the fun of it. I know it's not 8-bit, but 8-bit
Oh
for me
man,
would be Contra.
the one
Contra 100%.
the remake of my dream is the Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Man, it's very reminiscent of, say, old school, you know, Zelda, just top down RPG, except lots of blood and guts and disgustingly crazy lore. Like, please give that a graphical overhaul, or not a remaster. We need it to be built from the ground up, but just a full-blown top-down RPG, Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. Give it to me. I would pay for it, like right now.
Of course you would pay for it.
I would pay for it right now. Right now.
All right, so that's getting to know your gamer. Our question of the week. Thanks for the people in chat who chatted. Right now, it's just Pocky as we're getting everyone else lined up. So we're going to just jump into our topics of the show. So I want to kick off with number one, the reality of Phantasy Star Online 2. I don't know if you played Phantasy Star on the original Master System and Genesis. I freaking love them. Love them to death. And one of the biggest games in Japan is Phantasy Star Online 2. We're finally getting it stateside. I'm already lined up for the beta, which runs, okay, first of all, 1 day. 1 day beta. And it's just like Destiny beta, whatever you do is going to carry over to the main game.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have these special events, and every special event you do gets you more exclusive stuff. So I'm really excited to do the beta for the day. So don't bother me the weekend of February 8th. I will be busy.
February 8th. All right. Done.
But I was like, oh, that's right. I need to pre-order this game, right? And I discovered something very weird. Are you ready?
Ready.
This game is entirely free to play.
Ooh, all right.
There's no blocks. There's no level claps. There's no blocking content. It's a never-ending free-to-play game with a small star that says, if you're going to need help, you can buy a boost. How is this going to happen?
Well,
how do you have a completely free-to-play game with very minimal microtransactions? Like, I hope they have like a cosmetic store because I'm a whore for the cosmetic stuff, but completely free-to-play.
Well, if it's been live in Japan as long as it has, I'm positive they found a way to monetize it. I mean, if you pay for boosts, I'm sure that's going to be cool. I'm sure you're going to be able to pay for, say, some sort of cosmetic stuff. I'm actually cool with people paying for cosmetic stuff as long as it doesn't affect the actual gameplay.
I'm okay if it's not overpriced like in Destiny.
That's very cool. Yeah.
The other thing I'm looking forward to is this ultimate character creator. I am a junkie to make my own character. So I've been stoked since they announced this at E3, but to find out that it's completely free just blew my mind, dude. Like,
that's amazing.
I'm worried that something's going to happen and it's just going to implode, or they're going to microtransaction. Like, I was expecting the season pass system, all those other things, but it just, isn't exactly how I anticipated being, but I'm kind of excited because everybody can play it.
Yeah, it's a great it's a great concept, and I hope it works. And yeah, that'd be amazing. I'll definitely be jumping on some Phantasy Star with you. I was always I was definitely a Sega kid. I still have my Sega, so
I have the collected stuff.
I still have that. Thing's covered in dust, but I still have it, and it possibly works. We'll see. Phantasy Star was one of those that got away from me, so I'll be happy to jump in with you, man. It'll be great.
I will, of course, be my ranged character. You could be the tank. Yes, we all lived on the Dreamcast.
You assume that I'm going to run in there guns blazing with no.
Well, one of us is going to have to. Either I run as the tank, or you run as the tank, or whoever we're teamed up with runs as the tank. But I really started looking at it. They have like 12 team parties.
That'll be good.
And they'll have these massive events where like 24 people can take part of it, and like part of the whole worlds that are open. And I'm going to get my first taste. I've already signed up for the Xbox beta. If you should probably do it. We'll just play it that weekend and be like, hey, what are we doing?
Hey, that's cool. How do I sign up? What's the deal?
You have to go to the Xbox Insiders Hub and just sign up there, or there's probably a way you can do it online. It says get the Xbox Insider Hub app, open the Xbox Insider Hub app, and sign up. That's all you do.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, that sounds good.
So I'm so excited. I'm so ready. And my problem is with the way Destiny's been going, it's going to collect some dust for a while probably. I will now move into. I'll pack my bags from the Traveler and just walk over to Phantasy Star and be like, woo! Unless it sucks, which I don't think it will, because I mean it's been running in freaking whatchamacallit, Japan forever today.
It's been running in Japan. Hey, that's cool.
So I'm also wondering why it took so long to get over here. You know? Like, and I'm just super ready for it. Like, will it have cross save so I can go to PC? Because I would like to start doing more PC. But at the same time, it's like, I will show you why I would do PC with our next story. But if it had cross save, then it'd be kind of fun to be able to. Because I also signed up for the Xbox game streaming on your phone.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god, it's so good. I don't understand the stream from your system because it then takes over your system. But if you just stream from the cloud, it's great. It's super great. But it's very limited to the games it has right now. I'm ready for it to go full on. Like we're going to talk about that later.
Cool. So, you'll have to show it to me for sure.
Yeah. I can show it to you when you come over this weekend.
Definitely.
Which, for those that don't know, Cynic's going to come make some music with my husband, who does all the music for all the shows on Kaiju Labs Media. Him and Yasmin, who are both Kaiju Labs crew, are going to come over and they're going to be collaborating because Phil's been creating all this crazy music. But anyways.
Oh, yeah. I moved to Austin. I was a vocalist. So that's what I came here to do. So,
do you play the instruments?
No. I'm not talented. I
can barely play a recorder, so...
No, I haven't sung in many, many years, but I've always liked singing and doing.
It's been a blue moon since I've sung a tale for you.
It's been a very long time since I have put my chords to the test. Yes, so I've always loved doing voices impressions, and I've always still loved singing. I just haven't sung into a microphone onto a recording in many, many years. So I'm super excited about it, man. I'm super excited to just see what comes out, see what we can do. It'd be very cool.
Fun.
Lots of fun.
Let's get to our second topic. The Great Pokewar is upon us. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but I want you to watch something. Okay?
Oh, no.
I was not expecting this. So, there's a game called Tim Tam. That's early access. I'm going to actually buy it this weekend. I will buy this game this weekend.
Because...
it feels like everything I wanted Pokemon to actually be.
Which is a
massively multiplayer online game.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes. You can team up with people. It's like this. It came out of nowhere. But it's not Pokemon. But it is Pokemon. It's the same type of things. You go around and collect a bunch of pocket monsters and you battle them.
Turn-based RPG and all that, but online massive online multiplayer. Wow.
They promised us from the Switch Pokemon, which is still fun in its own.
Still fun. Yeah.
But you know how I am. I'm such a social gamer that it just drives me crazy that I miss this, you know? So every week it keeps going further in early beta. It goes up. So it's like $34 right now. So I'm going to try to buy it this weekend so I have it. And I really want to play it. And I want to find people and play it in there. And right there, designed for multiplayer, dude. You know I'm all about that. Who would have ever thought there would have been something to actually rival Pokemon?
And when we say rival, what type of numbers are we talking here? How many people are actually purchasing this thing and jumping on it?
I'll have to actually go and look, but I know the articles have come out that this is really started to overshadow the Pokemon genre.
Oh, Jesus, it's Ivysaur right there. Yeah, well... I hope they make some money so they can prepare for that court battle. Maybe, possibly. I hope Nintendo leaves them alone with any luck.
I can't see anywhere on here right now that tells us how many people are on it. But look at this. I mean...
looks fun.
There's no Jigglypuff, mind you.
No Jigglypuff. We've got, I don't know, an Arceus flower creature there, a very tiny one, but and a deformed, what is that? That's a deformed Wobbuffet. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still hey, design wise, what can you do? I mean, Pokemon's kind of done it all, so you just kind of have to or
The only
stolen
thing
from somebody
is,
else, whatever.
I
It's
kind of
fine.
wish, like, I've always dreamed that they would do an adult version of Pokemon, especially if it was in that fun, like, watercolor brushstroke Japanese style.
Mhm.
The cutie is okay. I'm kind of tired of the cutie aspect. I really wish they would have just kind of said, okay, we're going to take not quite Monster Hunter level, but something
Well, that was my thought.
to do. I mean, that would be fun. But have you seen some of those styled, um, those those themed up Pokemon that are like in real life? They're really terrifying, especially
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's creepy shit, that's for sure.
like I'm just so excited. So I'm going to try this game next week. I will probably buy it this weekend and install it.
Looks good. Looks like a good bit of effort went into it, which is very cool. Looks like it runs
But
pretty smooth. I mean, that's all promotional stuff. You'll have to see how it goes.
I would
Tell us
agree
all
with you,
about it.
Pocky, to the point where Monster Rancher's still kind of cutesy. I want something in that, like, a new style. So that it doesn't quite feel like, oh, you've got to be a child to enjoy this, you know? Um, yeah, so I'm super excited to try this. I think the idea that someone did this was ballsy.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I
I'm
mean,
just waiting to see how long it is until Nintendo says, Sapak, you're done.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're. I mean, it's definitely look at it. It's Pokemon, but with cards, kind of.
Yeah, I
Instead
mean,
of
at the same
Pokeballs.
time, it's not
Yeah.
like they didn't go after Digimon. I mean, all the other copycats, they didn't go after them. So hopefully this will be around for a while. I'm just like, yes,
I
let's
mean,
do this.
as long as it's good, hey, why not? Have some fun with it.
Yeah, I
Looks
mean, I
good.
have a Steam account that I don't ever use. That's what it is. Like, I've got all these games on Steam,
Mm.
but because I don't play a lot of PC games,
Mm.
I don't really use it. And I have a Shadow computer, which is the cloud computer made for gaming, but it's the downside is right now they only have like a 256K, whatever it is, hard drive. So like
Mm.
that's all taken up if I put on like Old Republic. I was like,
Yeah.
right. So they're going to expand out their storage options soon, which I'm really excited for. But Shadow.tech has been like a lifesaver for me, and for some reason because I use Google Drive and it file syncs because I have a G Suite account. It like caches up so much of your computer, even though it's not on your computer, it's all in the cloud. So I've been fighting that for a while. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But outside of Tim, and you know how we like Pokemon, what has been your favorite non-Pokemon Pokemon game or property?
My favorite like monster battler, kind of.
Yeah, like you
Turn
have
based
like I don't. I can't do
turn
Digimon.
based RPG.
No,
Yeah.
just anything in that vein, like Monster, like Digimon,
Mm,
Monster Rancher, some of the other ones.
well, I never really got into any of those other monster capturing things. I mean, the closest thing that maybe would come close to it would be Dragon Ball Legends, just because I'm trying to collect all the characters. Because you're collecting characters, and
You're
that's
not
not even.
collecting cutie
You're,
monsters and
no,
putting
you're
them
not.
in
You're
the
not
digital
collecting
cards.
cutie monsters. No, but you're trying to
You
collect a
can't
bunch of
use
characters.
this as this.
Hey,
That's just a
I
collecting.
I had to come up with something, okay?
You didn't
And
have to say
I had to come up with something to this crazy question, because the answer is I've never had to go to anything else because Pokemon was it. It
I
was
tried Digimon, didn't do it. I didn't like
never
it.
did never did Digimon. Never
Monster
did.
Rancher was okay.
Mm.
But yeah, no. I did like
No,
Slime Rancher. Is that technically small monsters? I mean, they're slime.
I mean, you could say that, but I could also say that I did play Slime Rancher for all of 10 minutes, got bored, and uninstalled it. So,
Oh, you're out of your mind. If you stick with
I'm,
that game and you start making the
yeah.
explosive ones and trying to capture them and opening it, like
Oh, yeah.
I killed so many slimes in that game.
I didn't get hooked on it. I didn't give it that kind of time, unfortunately. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it didn't hook me, so I didn't keep it. Uh,
Yeah, I there was a cage of cat slimes that I would torpedo shoot chickens into and watch them eat them, and then
huh?
collect their crystal poop, which was just a bizarre.
You didn't tell me there was animal eating or
Yeah, you have to
blob.
feed them. And you have to merge the slimes to make new kinds of slimes. And there's some that fly away, so you got to make cages that are good for them. And there's some that explode if they're around other ones. And there's ones you got to feed chickens. Like, just I shot chickens in the cage.
Well,
it was.
I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was violent. Why didn't someone tell me that before I uninstalled it?
It's as violent as you want it to be, dude. I'm just telling you. I can find a way to violence anything.
Right.
So our next one is right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
This week they released the Mortal Kombat trailer for Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh yeah.
And I found it just kind of odd because I knew it was coming, but at the same time I was like, do we really need this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what they're trying to do is it looks like they're trying to right the wrong of Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins. Have you seen that old animated, it's like an animated tie-in to the movie as the movie came out?
I like the movies. I love Mortal Kombat Legacies, that series they did.
Legacy was great. Legacy was fantastic. Wish they'd follow up on Legacy. The first movie is one of the best, probably my personal favorite, best video game movie still. But before the movie came out on VHS, Blockbuster would have, at least that's where I got it from. They had a movie called The Journey Begins, and it was like a little 30-40 minute animated movie. And it was beyond awful. Okay. So the fact that they're putting some effort into, and also they had Mortal Kombat, they had an animated series that was also bad. It was objectively terrible. Yeah, it was. And so I think they may be testing the waters. They've been talking about a Mortal Kombat movie being cast forever. So maybe they did this to test the waters and to right the wrongs of its awful animated past. My only criticism so far, and it's hardly a criticism, I just think it's funny that they call it Scorpion's Revenge, and so far it's just the story of the original Mortal Kombat tournament, at least as far as we know. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm like, why is it rated R? I'm guessing we're gonna have some actual.
You can't have Mortal Kombat without the blood and gore and the fatalities. You just can't. It doesn't work.
Apparently, you can, because that's what they've been doing for all these years. So I'm interested to see why the R rating. We've definitely never had an R-rated Mortal Kombat property, except for every one of their games. But
we should do a viewing party of that. I should come over to your house and we should all watch it.
Oh, I'll jibber jabber all over that movie. Yeah, that'll be. If you want a lively commentary, you'll get it.
I want it to be good, but
it looks good.
It looks good. I'm just worried that they're focused on Scorpion and no one really knows why. Outside of the fact that I guess everyone knows who he is.
Oh, he sells the movie. Have you seen the prices for the upcoming? Well, Sub-Zero, they experimented with Sub-Zero before with the mythologies and stuff like that. So I think Scorpion definitely sells the game now. He's been on every one of their new covers, So Scorpion's definitely the Pikachu of the series, so it's about time they gave him some spotlight.
You're like, he needs to get some love.
Well, admittedly, I'm a Sub-Zero fan, but it's no secret that Scorpion's the most popular character now by far. Sub-Zero used to be, but back when I was playing, I'm still playing. Back in the day, anyway.
I'm still playing.
I was still playing it, but Scorpion's undoubtedly the most favorite character in the game so far. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks like it's well animated, well voiced, at least from the preview. So it looks like they're respecting the property enough to put money into it. So hey, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this one. I don't think I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I just wonder if it does well, they can continue to make those, because it takes a while to make a cartoon, first of all.
True.
And do we want another one? I'd rather go to the live action version, because I think the problem is and this is the problem that always happens with Karens. I call them Karens. Maybe they're just clueless moms. I don't know. But like when I went to go see Beowulf, a mom got really mad because she took her kids to see it because it's a cartoon.
Uh,
How many parents can buy this for their toddler and be like, oh no! Like, dude,
you, did they
use your
think,
eyes, woman.
did they think they were going to go see Shrek or something?
I don't know what because it's that still conceived notion that's out there that cartoons are just for kids. And we've come so far with cartoons being for everybody, but there's still those people who just won't let it go. So you will have moms and dads buying this cartoon for their kid because I want this, and then being 7 and seeing whatever's going to happen to this and be like, oh no.
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that because I've been stuck on a berserk kick for whatever reason. So I don't know why. And so, yeah, funny you mentioned that. I'm just picturing some kid going, I want this. It looks cool. This man has a big sword. Oh, God, there's a lot of decapitations and rape and brains, and it's awful.
Rape and brains, and it's awful.
It's for children. Terrific storytelling.
Well, we can't all have Sesame Street.
No, but it would help if you started there. I like who doesn't love Sesame Street? You know, Sesame Street is a video game. It's not a video game. We're getting way off topic here.
Why couldn't Sesame Street be a video game?
You know, it probably, you know, I put my foot in my mouth. It probably is, and I just don't know about it. So maybe we won't review Sesame Street. Let's just say that.
I would review Sesame Street, just so you know. Well, I would review a Sesame Street game in a heartbeat, and I would find a way. I would find a way to make it violent, like I did Slime Rancher.
Well, I have no doubt that you do, but until Oscar the Grouch pulls Big Bird into his trash can and just strips him of his feathers and tars him and just flash fries him, I don't know if I'll play it.
Pocky just let us know there is a PS1 game.
I knew it.
So, yeah, no, it's just kind of bizarre. Anyways, so next up after this is a topic has been coming up the past couple weeks about. It started with this guy. I'm part of some of these Facebook groups, and it's like the Geeks and Gamers Association or whatever. And he did this big old like presentation about why PlayStation is the best system ever because it outsold Xbox, and he had all these numbers, and I was like, okay, here's your problem. You're not breaking it down by region or like year. Mm-hmm. You're just taking overall sales versus overall sales. PlayStation's been around a lot longer. Plus, PlayStation is a Japanese thing. Mm-hmm. And then this week is all, Switch is outselling Xbox. I was like, well, I don't understand. You play on what you want to play on. You know, that's fine. Mm-hmm. We're getting to that point where it doesn't really matter anymore. There's going to be you can just play on whatever you want to play and play with people. It's just your firmware and how you want to play. I'm an Xbox junkie because I've said multiple times, I'm a multiplayer gamer. That's all I play. And the Xbox is designed for that. It's designed for that because it's the only American-based video game system. Everything else comes out of Japan, which has a very different culture. So some of that bleeds over to here, but none of us bleeds over to there. Like, they have not found a footing over there. And so I think that is why we look at the console wars very differently. Mm-hmm. And I find a lot of similarities between what Sega was doing with what Xbox is trying to do and the PlayStation's coming in behind. I mean, look at Google. An American-made video game system completely is bombing. I'm so glad I canceled my pre-order. It is bombing so hardcore. People are so pissed because they say it feels like just a really expensive beta test.
Yeah.
It's like they have this idea. They're just not quite at an audience that's ready for it yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great idea. And I mean, after you started voicing your worries, that kind of made me a little skeptical of it.
And you know me, I'm a Google fanatic. I've got a Google Home unit in every room of my house.
The funny thing is like they started advertising it, right? Uh-huh. And the advertisements made no sense. They didn't make any, like, you and I have been following the Stadia. You in particular have been following it and informing me about it. And when those advertisements started to come out, they were so weird. They were like, it was like an acid trip that you were watching, like a temporary just peaking mushroom trip. And it didn't give you any information at all. It would kind of show you what it was supposed to do, and then scream "Stadia" at you.
Well, how do you really
and then,
pitch
and then,
that?
and then you're like, what is this?
I think the problem was is they were trying to approach the non-gamer crowd to say gaming is for everybody, and they didn't quite understand because this is stuff for a gamer future.
Yeah.
And I find it funny when I go back to things Xbox is doing versus the PlayStation and the Switch. The Switch is last place in the online functionality.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they need to just say Xbox, do it for us.
Yeah.
Because you have to use your phone to chat with people, and the phone app is never updated. Like, it still has Splatoon 2 servers, maybe, even though that game is done with its life cycle. Like, and then you have the PlayStation, which it's very much designed for people who want to sit down and play a story game. Online gaming is a secondary aspect.
Well, the thing is that they also kind of borrowed a lot of concepts from Xbox, I think. The Xbox has been a paid service for so long, and when Sony came out with the PS3 and it was free for so long, when things went down, they would stay down. When there were problems, like, they would just stay problems forever. Every Christmas, that shit would crash, you know?
Yeah.
When it came to their games, getting online and finding games was a little clunky. Getting on into parties could have been a little clunky. And after they finally followed suit, like Xbox, made it $60 for the year. They're actually able to pay to keep their stuff working.
Yeah.
And now it's very functional. I think PlayStation has done a really good job of keeping up. And I think Nintendo will hopefully get there. I mean, it's really up to the game developers to build a decent, functioning online system. And right now, they're not doing a very good job of it either. Like Pokemon should have been seamless and amazing to get into games with people, and it's just
it's not.
No, of all the games that should be amazing and user friendly, Pokemon just isn't it.
And
but
so
it's still fun once you figure it out. It just takes a lot of figuring
and a lot of patience.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at it and looking at all these people, and I'm like, I'm really tired of the console wars. Play what you want to play, but I realized that the Americans want to do things to further the gaming ecosystem, whereas the Japanese are like, no. And it goes all the way back to Sega of America versus Sega of Japan. When you think about Sega of America, they created, faster games. They brought gaming out of a childhood market into a gaming for everybody market. They created the Sega Channel, which was an on-demand gaming cable TV service. You just go to the Sega Channel, pick a game and play. Like, they were the first online pushed online gameplay.
Yeah.
Xbox pushed the online gameplay. They brought in the camera system, which did not go well because people freaked out. They brought in Games Pass. Google Stadia and Xbox is doing that, play everything on the cloud. Like, I think there's a massive difference in what the American audience is trying to push for. The Japanese, and I don't understand because the Japanese arcade games they're insane, but their home systems seem to be like they don't want to really do that kind of stuff. I think they've kind of started to adapt to virtual reality because PlayStation's all behind it, and I think that's great.
Well, yeah, I mean they kind of started doing that also with, like, you sometimes you'd see PlayStation do weird stuff, but they'd only do it after they saw something else would work. Like when the Wii came out, the PlayStation came out with their little glow sticks.
Yeah, I call them the magic wands.
Yeah, the magic wands just aren't. Like, okay, sure, why not? And
that was a Japanese thing that was not meant to really forward gaming. It was meant to be a gimmick. Nintendo is the king of gimmicks. You have to give it to them. Virtual Boy, the Wii, complete Wii ecosystem. They have a smash hit with the Switch, but controllers come off. You can do
controllers
all sorts
come
of
off. It's basically an iPad with controllers attached to the side. But I mean, that's the thing that you can give to Nintendo is that when they have an idea like that, they go 100% into it, And I think what they're figuring out is that especially like with the Switch, like, okay, you can have your iPad with your controllers on the side. Well, how do we make it go on the TV so you can have a controller in your hand on the TV? Oh, you have a dock, you just throw it in there. That's such a brilliant idea. And So I think these companies are just trying. I think Microsoft is trying with the Games Pass, and the Switch is trying just with the peripheral console, just to make gaming easier. How do I take my favorite games with me? Oh,
Yeah.
easy. I take it out. How do I play it on my TV? Easy. I throw it in there. It's just it's
I play devil's advocate for Nintendo. They get the great idea, then they make the Nintendo Lite where the Switch Lite where the controllers don't come off, just like they made the 3DS, which was awesome. Then they made it bigger. Then they made it smaller. Then they made it flat. It's not 3D. I mean,
but then you have when they go, okay, well, I'll tell you what, we'll just take the Switch but update the battery, and so I mean you'll always have them try to take risks, but I mean you kind of have to, I guess, to stay relevant. I say don't waste your money on a Switch Lite. The Switch is just, is perfect as it is.
Hockey just commented the Games Passes were not copying Netflix, and I agree to a certain aspect.
It's an interesting way of looking at it.
More games to think about Netflix. You have a subscription. You would watch things you wouldn't normally watch. When I had Movie Pass, we would go watch movies we would not normally have paid to see. We have AMC Clubs now. Like we're going to see Gretel and Hansel this weekend, and I would not normally pay to see that at all. No, but you take chances on more games and you have these new experiences. So I'm all about the subscription model. I think it's amazing. And the xCloud where you can, like I said, I have the game streaming on my phone. You have to have a controller with it. So I bought the little holder for my phone, and I got to get a controller just for my phone because I hate switching the Bluetooth back and forth. But it has its small limitations, but it's there. And it's
ultimately it works without too many limitations.
Yeah. It seems to be the American game systems are the ones, like everything on Stadia is strictly cloud-based. Mm-hmm. And pulling up, I mean, they promise such great features that aren't even there yet. So the ideas are there, but it seems like we're just stuck in this. We want to just sit with the controller. Like we miss couch co-op. We miss so many things.
Yeah, and Nintendo nailed it with the couch co-op. They're just like, each side, guess what? Multiplayer. They're symmetrical. Just
that's great. What I have not seen yet, you remember when they were doing the trailers for it and they did Mario Party and they put the two screens next to each other and they talked to each other and you had a bigger screen? I have not seen that work. I haven't even tried it, but I have not seen anybody use it. Maybe I need to bring my Switch to your house. Hey, we need to pair them up and see if we could do something dumb.
Got to have some experimentation. Definitely. Bring the Switch, bring your dock. Let's do some weird shit.
So I'm wondering why they hated the Xbox and just the console wars. They're just done, y'all. Yeah. And I'm excited to move the gaming culture forward. I'm excited about, I have digital media, but I don't watch anymore. Everything I watch is digital. Yeah. When Voodoo was, hey, scan your movie, get a $2 digital copy, man, I scanned everything in my house. It didn't work because, studios that weren't participating, but man, I was going through my Amazon Prime movie list the other day. I was like, dear God, I own a lot of digital movies.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it, but I can switch between games without having to get up.
Mm-hmm.
And I can go back to the game that I just jumped out of and pick it right back up where I left off.
Yeah, that's another convenience thing.
The next Xbox system where it's going to have the SSD drive where the game won't even you're still there. Mm-hmm. But I will be getting the new Xbox. I'm a bit of a junkie, but
definitely.
I'm debating whether I want to do the PlayStation. Like I lived for PlayStation till I got my first Xbox, and everyone says what happens when servers go away. Amazon servers aren't going anywhere, fool. They're going nowhere.
Yeah.
The Disney servers are going nowhere. It's not like I'm saying, hey, let's go buy from Circle K's digital movies. That server will go away next month.
Yeah.
It's just about digital rights management, which is a whole new thing. And I love the fact that not a lot has come off of Xbox Games Pass, but they keep adding fun new things.
Yeah. And it's the fact that they add exclusives and the exclusives pretty much stay. This is very smart for them. I think that's very good. It's basically Games Pass, you own your Xbox library. Very cool.
Xbox needs good system movers. It has great system movers if that's the type of game you want to play.
Yeah.
Pocky is more of the JRPG type of player. story driven. I want to get into Battlefront and run around like idiots, you know?
Luckily, that's on Games Pass, so hey.
Yeah, did you see next month's Games with Gold?
No, I did not.
Second half of February, you get the original Xbox version of Star Wars Battlefront.
Ooh, that's interesting, man.
I'm so excited. Like, yes, they need to do time splitters.
Didn't they put out Battlefront 2 already?
Yeah, but the first one's now going to be joining.
Okay, well that'll be cool. That'll be a good nostalgia little kick.
We'll still go back to Star Wars Battlefront 2 with Darth Maul and all them and run around and be like, hey, remember?
I was going to say Battlefront 2. I don't even think Battlefront 1 had the hero system, did it?
No.
Yeah.
I think they brought it into 2, and then the new one has it all.
Yeah, that's how I recall it. And I mean, mind you, my memory's not great, so we'll just have to play it and see and have fun with it.
I remember 2 because I will always hero the Emperor every chance I get.
Yeah.
But I'm not really good at Battlefront because its aiming system sucks. I can aim and shoot things when I'm jumping in Destiny.
Yeah.
Battlefront, I'll be looking right at you, and the shell will go
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Definitely weird with the Battlefront targeting system there. I remember Battlefront 2 because I remember it was just me, and there were 60 people on the other side of the team, and I just had Yoda. I had actually gotten my last character, and I managed to kill every single one of them. Now, granted, I was playing the computer. I wasn't online at the time. It was like PS2, I think. But, man, that was an amazing moment. I'll always be excited for Battlefront.
The last time we played Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the Xbox One, remember? We ended the game where I was Yoda, and I was killing everybody. I would chase down Darth Maul, because I think, wasn't he chasing you, or was he chasing Dean? Darth Maul was chasing one of us, and I was chasing him as Yoda.
Yeah.
He got real dirty there at the end of that match.
That Maul was he was really going after us, and then he was really smart because he would jump into like crevices that we couldn't get into, and then he'd recharge his power, and then he'd jump back out and go for us again. And yeah, that was. I
remember I killed Darth Vader, and I heard someone saying Darth Maul's chasing me. So I started running. I think it was Dean. I was running after him, and he was inside the cave, going up and down the stairs. And Darth Maul was going in circles, waiting for him. And I just, and then the game ended right as I.
Oh, that's
man,
funny.
I should have recorded that. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I definitely wouldn't mind another Battlefront session. Super fun.
We should have another Battlefront session. Anyways, so our last topic of the night is, I'm going to call this Cynic's DLC Palooza. You are like the best at tracking DLC for Mortal Kombat and Smash Brothers, which I must admit, this does look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great looking.
I love the fact that they always bring in Spawn. Spawn is just one of those classics that I really, really, really love.
Yeah, they've talked about I guess since anti-heroes, the Joker, and they're kind of getting a revitalization. Our Joker isn't really an anti-hero; it's definitely a villain. But
okay, so who's the Indian guy next to Joker?
That is Nightwolf, and
what is he from?
I love
Nightwolf. Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he was originally from Mortal Kombat 3.
He looks way too happy to be standing there. He's like, I'm going to beat your ass is what he looks like.
He looks like a beast, and he is a beast. He's actually definitely one of the characters I like playing with the most. And the DLC is very strong with this game because Nightwolf's a great character.
Look at the detail on all this stuff. Like, how much further can we go in gaming? Look at this.
I mean, you can go. I don't know. I'm just gonna enjoy it because it's ridiculous. It looks that looks like a photo.
Looks like Arnold running around as Terminator.
Yeah.
But in Mortal Kombat, how do you kill the Terminator? He just keeps coming after you. That's the point of the Terminator. And Spawn is literally the devil.
I mean, that's cool and all, but I mean, in the Terminator originals, who was fighting the Terminator? They had a really hard time they couldn't freeze the Terminator and shatter him. I mean, these these Mortal Kombats have a lot of different ways they could kill a Terminator.
Okay,
But
so I don't remember that guy. Who's the chick in the back?
the chick in the back is Sindel. She is also a Mortal Kombat 3 character and mother of Katana. They actually kind of retconned her story in this game a little bit, which was a bit of a point of contention for the Mortal Kombat community. And a little bit for me, just because they decided to strip the nostalgia away by saying, you know what? That story was a lie, and I was pretending, and I'm a bad guy again.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, so the whole Katana went through great lengths to save her mother's soul and redeem her. After she was already evil, they're just like, screw that. She's been evil this whole time, and she pretended to be good. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
Who's the guy next to Spawn? Because I recognize him.
That is the Terminator.
No, the other dude, not the Terminator. Everyone is a Terminator.
Well, that's that you asked about the Native American, the Indian Nightwolf. Yes, Nightwolf is a Mortal Kombat 3 character, original character.
I didn't recognize the other one, and Sindel was in my memory, but not as clear.
Yes, so there was Nightwolf, Sindel, and Shang Tsung is all the way on the right. He was the first DLC character to release, and he's definitely my main character. He's my strongest character, in my opinion. And the fact that he looks exactly like the actor who played him in the original Mortal Kombat, I mean, it is him. He came back to do the voice and everything. It's fantastic. Like, God, yeah, what a great DLC cast. And of course the Joker just came out, which I think was one of the reasons why you were going to bring that up, is because just on the 28th, I think it was, the Joker came out. And
yeah, I watched a bunch of his fatality videos.
Yeah, he's a brutal character. They got him just right. One of the things that's very kind of low key is they also released a bunch of skins for the other characters, and I really wanted them to release a Batman Who Laughs skin for the Joker.
Oh,
and
no!
Alas,
he's in another pack, isn't he?
Alas, yeah. I was gonna say they didn't release him for the Joker, but they released one for Noob Saibot, another character I play fairly well. I'm okay with Noob, but yeah, as soon as I played that. I played with that skin before I touched the Joker. I was so excited for the Batman Who Laughs Noob Saibot skins.
Yeah, I've seen some of the other skins, and I was like, Batman Who Laughs. That's got to be badass.
And you can name your variations, so I named him the Noob Who Laughs, of course. So.
All right, so what about this Smash Brothers DLC? Because I couldn't find any images for it, but I saw bits and pieces.
It's basically It's another Fire Emblem character. I believe her name's Baylet.
Oh yeah,
and she's out now. I believe I haven't played with her yet, and the only reason I haven't is just really, obviously the Joker came out, and Baby Time.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. That should be the only word.
Well, it's been Baby Time, and when it's not Baby Time, Mortal Kombat. So yeah. But I was excited to hear that there's a new season pass that's going to come out for Smash. I hope they lower the price a little bit, because I think the original one was $30, and I paid for that right away. I was like, yeah, let's get the whole game.
I don't like all the characters in it.
I thought some of the characters were great, like Banjo-Kazooie. Oh my God. I absolutely love Banjo-Kazooie. Terry Bogart was amazing. So I thought both of those characters were wonderful additions. And I'm really excited to see who else they can put in here. But I just don't. There's already so many Fire Emblem characters in the game that when I saw the trailer for this, and they were like, "Hey, here's Baylet, and she's the new character," and I was like,
"Really?"
Now the Smash community lost their minds.
Of course they did.
They were not happy at all with Baylet. So
you mean the slime from what is that dragon game? Dragon Quest, the one that's done by Akira Toriyama. Give me a slime from that. Let me play that. I'll be fine.
Yeah, just not another Fire Emblem character, for God's sake. But I mean, I'm not going to turn into like a angry fanatic over that one. It's fine. But the cool thing that came out with that pack though is actually a Cuphead skin, not Cuphead himself. As I did a little more, diving into that pack. I mean, well, it's your Mii fighter. You know how you can design your Mii and have them fight the game.
Are you sure? Because the rabbit costume is for the Mii's. But Cuphead
positive.
looks like it's actually Cuphead.
Yes, but it's a skin for the Mii, and it looks exactly like Cuphead. So I am. Yeah. They've got a move list for him and everything.
Like, I can kind of get it for the rabbits one because whatever, but you're gonna make it look exactly like Cuphead. Like the rabbits, you still see the face in the. It's you're wearing a mask.
You know it, but Cuphead, it looks very much like Cuphead. I think I think it's fine that they did that, really, because if they're going to squeeze 6 characters in there and then they're going to kind of throw Cuphead in there like really low key, I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to do, honestly. If they just kind of snuck it in there, but I do wish they could have given him the full character treatment, of course. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do? So I'm happy to see the new characters that are going to come out. I would have been excited for the Joker. He plays cool, or not the Joker in that game from Persona. But I never did play Persona 5, so I wasn't terribly excited. But he's a fun character, so I think overall it was an okay thing. Especially I got hyped for Banjo-Kazooie. I've been wanting that for a long time, so I was really hyped up for that. And Banjo-Kazooie is super strong, so. Overall, I'm happy with Smash so far. Just need to kind of get back into it.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I live in Destiny, so
yeah.
So you don't judge me.
And Pokemon, which I found Pokemon to be criminally short. Unfortunately, I blew through that one pretty quickly, despite having a newborn. I still blew through that game, and so when the DLC came out for that, I was like,
It's not hard. Let's face it, it's Pokemon.
It's Well, you'd be surprised. I saw a coworker playing Pokemon, and he couldn't, for the life of him, get past. I think it was the Dark Gym. And I just kept looking at him and shaking my head and laughing at him.
I went to the Dark Gym with the completely wrong Pokemon and just one-shotted most of them with my sniper shot. They
were giving him trouble, so whatever. I gave him a lot of shit for it, but so he knows what the deal is. But here's hoping he gets past it and that the DLC is worth it. So,
well, that's been this week's episode. We hope you guys have really enjoyed talking about things. Thank you guys in the chat for testing this out. I don't know if I had that option checked for the relays, so I need to double check that next time. But yes, it's been lots of fun, and our new announcement is Sunday nights is going to be our regular streaming session. We'll play games Sunday night, and you can only watch it on Mixer to begin with, but I will figure out how to get it. You froze again. Oh no, there you are.
No, you were your side was freaking out on me for a second. I guess we both are. So yep, you did the same on my side. So we're probably both freaking out on everybody else. So
it's like, anyway. Hey, you're on a game stream, so we're going to set up.
We've got a new announcement. Okay, yeah.
As soon as we'll do it Sunday nights, and soon we'll stream to every place, but it'll just be on Mixer first. Because there is a way I can bring it to everybody the way we do now, but I got to test it a couple times first.
Yeah.
I think we should play Battlefront. Honestly, we've been talking about Battlefront. We should just run into Battlefront. Gotta
jump into Battlefront.
So if you're on Sunday,
gotta jump into some Halo too. That's my first person wheelhouse.
Halo 1 co-op? It is co-op.
Yes, it is.
Let's start our Halo adventure then.
I would love it. And Reach is backwards compatible too, and that's one of my favorite games.
Let's start with Halo 1. We'll start with Halo 1 this Sunday.
I'd say we start with Reach on Sunday. I say we start with Reach, which goes directly into Halo 1.
We're not doing it in chronological order. We're doing it in release order.
Oh, you hurt me. You hurt me.
Pew, pew, pew.
But That's cool. If we do reach last, hey, that's icing on the cake. I'm good with that.
Yeah, we should do Halo one Sunday. I'll get it updated. We'll sit down. We'll co-op stream and see what happens.
Cool. Cool. That's one of my favorites of all time anyway, so I'm definitely down for some Halo.
All right, so that's been this episode. We'll see you guys Sunday for our beginning of our Halo adventures.
Yeah.
And we'll have all sorts of fun with that. So thank you guys for watching. We're here every other Thursday at 8 p.m. You can see both of us. If you really want to join us, you can send us a link in the chat. Hey, I want to talk about something. We'll send you an invite. You come chat with us. We'll have lots of fun. Make sure you follow us on kaijulabsmedia.com and all of our social media outlets. We really just enjoy talking with you guys and just talking with each other. We're very passionate about what we do. He's very passionate about Mortal Kombat.
Hey, it's just one of the many things that I do. Hey, it's always fun. So everybody who's watching, just thank you very much. It's awesome.
Yeah, we enjoy having everybody here, and we'll just have a good time.
I enjoy having you here, brother.
I enjoy having you here. You'll be here this weekend, so
and I will.
We live 10 minutes from each other. It's so crazy.
On Sunday.
All right, so that's it for this week. We'll see you guys Sunday and then again in 2 weeks for more Super Gamer Bros Ultra Hyper Alpha Super EX Double Impact Plus. I got to look at the screen to read that because I'm
impressed.
I don't remember how. Oh, it was because I was making fun of all the Street Fighter games when I came with the name of this, and I just think it's hilarious. It just tells you exactly what you need to know about us.
Yep.
Nerdy. So yeah, we will see you guys in 2 weeks, and then stay tuned Sunday for the beginning of our Halo adventures to watch me die a whole bunch.
Or you can hang back while I spawn and I do all the hard stuff. Whatever, we'll figure it out.
When we did Halo 3 Legendary, I was the fourth team member. I was the one who stayed back and sniped. So if they died, I was always far enough away so they could respawn right next to me. Run back in.
That's what you got to do.
All right, so have fun with that. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. Bye, everyone.